Wired, our thinking and feeling may be factually right or factually wrong. For example, if I walk into my doctor's office today and say, "Hi, I'm Margaret Thatcher," my physician will say I am delusional and give me an antipsychotic. However, if instead I walked in and said, "I am a man," he would say, "Congratulations, you're transgender." If I were to say, "Doctor, I am suicidal. I'm an amputee trapped in a normal body. Please surgically remove my leg," I'll be diagnosed with body identity integrity disorder. But if I walk up to that same doctor and say, "I'm a man, sign me up for a double mastectomy," my physician will.
And I have met some of the most wonderful people in this community who have been through such difficult times in their life, and they've overcome these things. Honestly, I think everybody should go out and meet a trans person instead of thinking, "Oh my God, they're trans. I can't talk to them. I don't know." Mm-hmm.
Well, I mean, I just go with the flow and see what happens. If boys, like me and I like them back, then yeah, it'll happen. But for the most part, boys aren't really accepting of me because I'm transgender, and therefore not many guys have crushes on me, at least at my school. They think that if they like me, they'll be called gay by their friends.
I've had guys punch me. I've had my arm cut open by a glass door that a guy slammed into me.
Carrying with the dilators, and they were so fascinated by what this thing was because it didn't look like a dildo. It was just these instruments of some weapon sorcery stuff, and they pulled my bag aside. They're like, instead of pulling me aside to a room or something, they kind of made it a really big deal in front of everyone. The guy behind me, the guy in front of me, the guy in the next lane. Everyone heard.
I think people have a very skewed image of Southern California. They think everything's liberal and everything's accepting, but no, black trans women are still getting killed out here. Trans people still aren't being let into restrooms. We're in danger everywhere we go.
Force children to embrace this idea by putting boys in girls' bathrooms. And then there's the politically incorrect position called science. Men are men, women are women, and you don't get to cross over by chopping off a few body parts or sewing a few of them on. Now, President Obama's pushing this particular viewpoint, and it really is important. I want to stop for a second and point this out. It is important. The transgender bathroom issue is important. Not because of
people who are harmed by a transgender person going into the bathroom they feel comfortable in. You say people are harmed by that. Who are the people that are harmed?
Students in high school. So remember, this
Who's harmed?
Students in high school.
Describe them. What's the harm?
I think we all understand what the harm is when you have a 14. Okay, let me explain it. 14-year-old girl in the locker room. Someone comes in with male genitalia to their locker room. Of course, they're going to be harmed.
The phrase, "things aren't always what they seem," has never been more true for what we have in store for you in this video. Today, you will meet 10 individuals who say that gender doesn't define who you are. 10 hot guys who were born female.
We're doing 11 states, starting in Miami, going through the Deep South, and ending in Portland, Oregon.
We're weaving a thread through the country right now and linking our community together.
Quite often in the media, we are kind of seen through the lens of tragedy and oppression and pain. You see images of trans people in front of a murder scene, or you see Gavin Grimm in front of a school, really traumatizing places where no one's going to look comfortable or be themselves.
It's going to be an emotional roller coaster, but somehow I'm going to get through it.
Former Olympic athlete Bruce Jenner's secret officially revealed. Tonight, Jenner shared his story with the world as he transitions to become a woman.
Well, the story resonates with transgender individuals right here in Asheville. And tonight, some are sharing their stories with us.
News 13's Kimberly King joins us with this special report. Kim?
Darcel, these are important stories to hear. They are individuals who I found all very comfortable and most importantly happy in their own skin. That's despite facing a lifetime of discrimination and often bullying. Now their hope is for you to take a moment in your life to hear their stories and get a better understanding of who they are.
My name is Basil Soper. I'm 28 years old and I'm a transgender man.
Basil, who lives in Asheville, was assigned female at birth, but at just 5 years old, he vividly recalls this memory.
I was on my way to baseball practice, and I was walking with my dad and told him that I was a boy. and he disagreed. I felt embarrassed. I felt shamed.
Raised in rural South Carolina by parents who drank and abused drugs, Basil's identity took a backseat to more serious fears of just making it through to adulthood. He remembers puberty as a very difficult time, developing breasts he lived with for decades.
Yeah, I had top surgery. 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 Yeah, I had top surgery.
That's it?
Lately. Well, we watch Game of Thrones.
Okay.
Yes, I love Game of Thrones.
I do too. I just got into it.
Did you read the books, or you just went straight into the show?
Okay, so I had never read the books, and I was actually at Walgreens, and a girl came in and she was wearing a Game of Thrones shirt, and I was like, "Is that a good show?" And she's like, "It's amazing. You just watch the first 2 episodes." So I was like, "Okay, I was hooked on like the middle of the first episode. I mean, Jon Snow.
He's such a babe.
Yes, and so I binge watched all 5 seasons in like 2 or 3 weeks.
Wow,
Yeah.
Those are long episodes too. You
That's-
were like in a cave just
Yeah,
watching
did you just
Game of
lose
Thrones.
your life to Game of Thrones?
I think I just, I just slept, went to work, and watched Game of Thrones. Like, literally. It was that good. I wouldn't tell anybody I was watching it or anything. I was just, like, watching it. So
People are like, why aren't you texting me? Where have you been?
Oh, that's the worst. I'm like, I gotta rewind it. So I've seen all the season like 3 times over. So,
Whoa.
I actually just ended I'm actually starting it over for the 4th time, waiting for Sunday to come.
When is the new season?
This Sunday. Next Sunday, the 17th.
Oh shit!
So, but when I lived with her, I was like, "You need to watch this show," and she was like, "I'm not watching that."
Yeah, I was like, I was not into fantasy at all.
Right.
She's like, I was like, dragons? Girl, I'm not gonna watch this with dragons.
That's how I felt about it too. I was like, no.
I told her, I said, just watch the first 2 episodes. Just that's all I did. And I remember I came home from work one day and she was like, "Oh my God, I'm so glad you introduced this. I'm already on episode 5.
I think I'm more obsessed with Game of Thrones than she is now.
What?
Wow.
I love that.
We
Do y'all just gossip about it? Like
yes,
catch
we
each other?
do. we have lines from the show. We reenact little scenes every. Yeah, we do that.
Crazy.
So this is what she did when she came in. She's just like, oh, here's my gluten-free chocolate cheesecake brownie. And she's like, it's a Pinterest recipe. And I was like,
Freeze blast. What the heck's freeze blast?
freeze breath.
It's freeze breath.
If you
So why would flying be so fun?
Because you'll get that shoots. And if be able to prank people really easily.
Yeah. Do you also want to travel places?
Oh, and I also want milk powers.
Milk powers?
Yeah.
Milk powers? Tell me about it.
I mean, eyeball shooting that sticks to your backpack.
So your eyeballs could shoot milk.
That sticks to people's backpacks.
I see.
No, I have not milk.
What?
It's just eyeballs that stick to your backpack.
Okay, so you look at
I
somewhere,
have those.
your eyeballs shoot out your head.
No, it's sticker eyeballs. I have sticker eyeballs.
Is that really a superpower, or can you just buy those?
I have. It's a superpower. No, it's really not. Okay, I'm done. So this is my results.
I love it. I love it so much. Here are my results.
Oh wow. Here This is supposed to be a skirt on the ring.
Oh wow.
That's like Lady Conway.
I like that.
It's like Lady Conway.
That's so good.
Speedy eating pizza.
Yeah, that's what I wrote. I was like, I don't know what's right on that.
Look at this. Skirt. Oh my gosh, I made a skirt. Okay. Okay, now time for Emma's new paper. Emma's new paper.
In my older years, and so for me it was very important to give back from that. So it's kind of one of those things that I was like dealing with.
Maybe I will. I will. Right.
What is your sign?
Virgo.
Yay, Virgos.
Oh yeah, he's a Virgo too. Yeah, Snow's a Virgo.
Well, you see, you guys have a good friend. I don't know about the rest of you guys.
I'm a Cancer, and Jonah is a Aries.
Okay, Nugget's a Leo. That's why he's so stubborn.
Oh.
I have a Leo.
But I love him.
So I'm pretty stubborn. Yeah, I'm a big watery, sad Cancer baby.
But you're happy. I mean, you're doing work that I would never, like, it's a great idea, and I'm like, I don't know if I could sit in a car for hours and travel around and just talk to people, especially in the trans community. Like, there's so much transphobia within the trans community.
Everyone we've met has been wonderful, though, so it just keeps us going, you know, 'cause it's like every person we meet is just inspiring in a different way, and it's been really incredible, honestly. I like
good. I make costumes, so I'm really into cosplay.
Oh yeah, you mentioned Dragon Con. Yeah, that's so cool. I'm always impressed when I see people in cosplay.
Yeah.
Like on the subway, or it was really funny one year I went to the Trans Health Conference in Philly, and we shared the conference space. Like upstairs it was the cosplay conference, and then downstairs it was the Trans Health Conference. And
that's
people
awesome.
Working there were like
couldn't tell the difference between the two.
And they were just like overwhelmed. They were like, "What is happening this weekend?" Like,
sometimes at Dragon Con it'll be like Monday and everybody's checking out of their hotel rooms, and then like you'll see people for like some Christian like convention starting that Monday.
Yeah.
You know, after Labor Day, so you've got like all the like weirdos leaving the like really fancy hotels,
and then the real weirdos coming in.
Yes.
So how did you get into cosplay? Like, what inspired that, you think?
My best friend Blair, she has been going to Dragon Con for like 10 years, and has been doing cosplay for a long time. And I had always been like really intimidated to get into it because I was like, I don't know where to start.
Yes.
And you know, like I've always been creative, and I have a degree in fine arts, and it's like, where do I start with constructing like a reproduction of a character? And so when she and I first met, I was hanging out with her a lot right before Dragon Con, and she would be working on her costume stuff and just like updating little pieces for different costumes, and I was like, oh, so you can actually have like a shittier version and then like upgrade it the next year and like build on it, and it doesn't have to be perfect like from the start. And so she got me into it that way, just like seeing how somebody else was doing it, and then realizing that you just start with, you know, the first thing and then you move on to the next, and it doesn't have to be overwhelming. And like also starting with easier costumes, you know.
What does it give to you, like emotionally, or joy?
I don't know, it's like there's a really big sense of community in the costume community, and so like I have found people like through social media, like Instagram and Facebook, like groups on Facebook, where we would follow each other like on Instagram and just like be really encouraging, and people are very willing to share their knowledge and expertise and the way that they're doing things. And so it's like an open source collaborative endeavor, you know. So like if I'm doing like right now I'm working on a Judge Dredd costume with a friend, like we're doing like a paired costume. So he's going to be Judge Dredd, and then I'm going to be Judge Anderson. And like there's an entire group on Facebook just for Judge Dredd costuming.
Pictures and everything. It was great. And the people of the Smithsonian are just such wonderful people. And so now it's been seen everywhere. The only continent I haven't seen it on is Africa.
It's probably there, just not visible to us.
Yeah. And so I'm trying to get people to, if they're going to Africa, to bring the flag.
How's the driving going? It's alright.
Driving in the desert.
How's it going back there?
It's great. Awesome.
You woke up with the exact same. Yeah, I'm like, what?